Hello, 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 and welcome to Brand Therapy Thursday. Today is the final segment of the show. It has been such an amazing 2 years of doing this show. We started off doing it just for the tribe, the Savvy Branders tribe, and then we expanded to the world. And now we get to expand and shift and grow. And good afternoon. Yes, Melody, big things. Hello, Ivory. Welcome. And so we get to shift, we get to create a new space. And so stay tuned for more details on that. But I want to stay focused on today and be present and to just let this show be just such a gift to you today. So, one of the things I especially want to accomplish is getting you set up for Q2. So, what we get to do right now is get present to our 2021 goals and what we set as the intention for the year in terms of our business, in terms of our brand. And I want to invite you now to look at your goal, look at your intention. Did you have it broken out by quarter? If you did, let's look at your Q1. What did you say you wanted to have done and accomplished? And where are we right now? So I'm all about the GPS analogy. Hello, beautiful Sandra. Thank you for joining, my love. Oh, Diana, you bless me. Yes, the shift. We're shifting and it's a good thing. So 2021, who wants to share? Full goal, what did you set for your business? And Q1, how was it going? So you can either give me thumbs up, thumbs down. Hello, Mary Doise, all the way from the UK. Hey, beautiful. So this is why we get to create SMART goals, because when I ask you these questions, right? So you need to be in the readiness of, this is what I said I was going to do. This was my intention for Q1, and here's how it's going. So share with me. And again, we're in therapy. So as your therapist, what we say in therapy stays here, but we get to have honest conversations. I did a 2-hour talk yesterday for the Career Thought Leader Symposium. And I talked about the importance of having SMART goals. SMART goals meaning, let me see if I can put this in the chat. So SMART goals meaning S, specific. Not I want to do well in my business. That's not specific. I want to increase my email list by 10%. That's specific. I want to have a lot of connections. Not specific. I intend to grow my LinkedIn connections by 1,000. Specific. So let's see. Okay, so perfect. So I'm going to use Sandra, if that's okay with you. I'm going to use Sandra to do a little laser coaching right now. A specific goal for Sandra's TV. What is the name of the show, Sandra? Is it a show or is it a network? Okay, a TV network and magazine. Okay, great. Let's use this one. So Sandra is offering that her 2021 goal was to launch her TV network and her magazine. So that's a specific thing, right? So that when it manifests, when it happens, we can see, yes, was the TV network launched and was the magazine. Okay. even more specific, the We Win Global TV Network to be launched this year. So measurable is it didn't exist, now it exists. It was on 0 channels, now it's on 4 channels, 4 networks, right? So you want it to be specific and measurable. So if I say I want to lose weight, okay, there's some idea of losing and, you know, the weight of my physical body. But if I were to say 10 pounds of body fat, even more specific. So launch the We Win Global TV Network by when, Sandra? So the T is time bound, because then otherwise we're just in the spin cycle. We're just spinning and spinning and spinning, and, you know, maybe it'll happen this week, maybe it'll happen, you know, next year. We get to be time bound. My intention is to launch the We Win Global TV Network in 4 states, in 4 countries by December 31st, 2021. So specific is the S, M, measurable, A, is it attainable, right? So we're not doing magical thinking. We see that there is a path to accomplishing this. Oh, by June. Okay. So by June 2021, my intention is to launch the We Win Global TV Network by June 2021. Where is it? Where are we going to see it, Sandra? So what distribution channels? Because, right, how do we evidence that it actually is launched? Is it on your social media platforms? Is it on Amazon Fire TV? Is it on, you know, where? So, but where can I evidence it? So, okay, so example, like this show is an internet streaming show. So it's global, right? Anybody anywhere in the world could tune in to Brand Therapy Thursday right now. Okay, there we go. So guys, are you seeing how we do SMART goals? So before, Sandra just said, I'm going to launch a TV network. That's not a specific goal. When you add the SMART filter to it, you now have your intention statement of, my intention is to launch the We Win Global Television Network on the Amazon TV, Apple TV, and Roku platforms by June of 2021. Boom. That needs to be printed somewhere, Sandra, in your office, on a sticky, in your journal, on your phone. You know, I tell you these little things, these little hacks that I do. So you see that on my calendar. I'm so happy and grateful to God. Do you see how specific that is? I'm so happy and grateful to God now that I have earned $500,000 by June 3rd, 2021 at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's where we go. So R is reasonable and relevant, right? So meaning it's relevant to what it is that you are doing. Let me see if I can find a chart here that you guys can grab a screenshot of. Hang on one second. Okay, everybody screenshot this. Okay. So screenshot this. So launching a global TV network is like the big goal. Then Sandra, you will have then subsets of goals that lead up to this big goal. So give me some steps in launching a global TV network. What are some of the things, Sandra, that get to be done? So is it a network where then you're inviting other individuals to create their own shows? So for example, on the Peacock network, which we know is NBC, you've got the 7 p.m. news, you've got comedy, you've got some prime time. So is it that in that sense? So if we took Oprah, Oprah has the own network, and then there are different producers who produce different shows that are seen on the own network. So Sandra, let me give me some information on that, please. All right, did everybody, oh, let me get rid of this. Well, you can see it pretty good, right? Did everybody screen grab this or take a picture of this? Okay, so different shows. So for example, so I could have a show on the We Win Global Network. KP could have a show. Ivory could have a show. Melody could have a show, correct? So then if that's the case, okay, so the question though, Sandra, is are you producing the shows or are you inviting other producers to come on and have their show ready and they get a slot? So for example, let's just say my Brand Momentum morning show, I wanted to also bring it to the We Win Global Network. So then as a show producer, you would be contacting me to say, you know, the mission vision for the We Win Global Network is this. I think your show is perfectly aligned. Let's talk about how we get your Brand Momentum morning show on the We Win Global TV Network. We have that conversation. You're like, you know what? We're going to do streaming on Sundays at 2. That's now my slot on, right? So then you have to have those conversations. You get to identify the different producers that exist. I think everybody has this graphic now. Yeah, I'm taking it down. Okay, so identifying show producers / hosts is now a subset goal of the big goal, which is launch the We Win Global TV Network on Apple, Amazon, Roku by June 2021. So it's then you say, okay, if this is the big kind of massive outcome, what are the things that need to get done? What are the things that get done in order to facilitate the manifesting of this big goal? So to have a network, I need shows and I need show producers and I need people who already have, right? You're looking for people who can carry a show, people who are aligned to your overall mission. So then you get to scout, you get to watch other people's show and start making selections. So you kind of get to have your like American Idol moment, right? So those things get to be put on a calendar and in terms of what needs to have happen in place. You also get to have your legal considerations. You get to have your contracts in place. You get to identify, delineate, clarify whether there's going to be any revenue share from advertisers. Are the show people responsible for bringing on their own segment sponsors, or is that something that your network is taking care of and you are selling advertising space among the different shows, and whether there is a revenue share for you get to outline and clarify all of that. So these are the different steps that are happening in support of that big goal. Does everybody see that? So that as you take your calendar, right? So in kind of knowing, okay, what needs to come next? So this is a vision. We're launching contracts, discussions with Amazon, Apple, Roku to say, yes, I'm going to be bringing forth the We Win Global TV. Is there, for the We Win Global TV, have you already established that brand? Does that brand have a marker? Does that brand have a logo? Does that brand have a logo that is then a requirement for each of the show producers to include in their show opens, or can they do their show opens as they want because you're going to be taking care of the master brand in between show segments? You know, when you're watching like on Netflix, it's like, you know, enjoy the Zen, we'll be right back, right? That those sort of empty spaces in the lineup will be yours to determine. So you get to reverse out. So if go date, launch date is June, what date in June? What's the first series of shows that become part of the premiere? Introducing, now launching for the first time anywhere on the planet, it's the We Win Global TV. So leading up to that, there's promotion. Leading up to that, there's getting people, if they don't have Roku downloaded, make sure to download your app, right? There's a whole host of things that get to happen leading up to that date. So you get to break all of those out. Does that serve you, Sandra? Is that helpful for you? So Sandra, I'm going to invite you to let specificity be your friend. So I'm launching my Being the CEO of You virtual retreat. It is on April 6th at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we get to pick a date and move toward that date. Otherwise, the goalpost keeps moving. If we say it's the middle of June, there's no urgency. The body doesn't get locked into a date like, hold on. Let me just look at my calendar. So June 15th, which is a Tuesday, June 15th at 7 a.m., the world is about to be woke. We Win Global TV makes its entrance onto the planetary sphere with a lineup that's for the gods. You don't want to miss any of these shows. We have so-and-so, we've got da-da-da-da-da. Make sure you have your Roku app downloaded, right? That you get to start promoting the launch date before all of the stuff gets done. I've been talking about this virtual retreat on April 6th at 8:30 a.m. weeks. I still don't have, my team's working on doing the landing page right now for the registration. I still don't have a link to send anybody. But I'm telling you, it's coming April 6th. Clear your calendar. You're not going to want to miss this retreat. We're going to be having, global musicians. We're going to be having meditation. We're going to have grounding. We're going to have yoga, and we're going to have some bad to the bone speakers speak in life into you on how you become a successful entrepreneur. We're going to have the dean from the School of Business, PhD, MD, MBA, Dr. Ken is going to come lean into you real hard. He's the author of the book, Everything You Need to Know to Be an Entrepreneur. You don't want to miss that. You're going to hear from Jennifer Gerald, who is a magnificent essence of God's magnificence on this planet. You want to hear her story. I don't have a link to send you, but I am intentional. And once you get into intention, this is again from leadership, it's 100% is intention. The mechanics and the how and how is it we leave those details for the team, for people, for God. You get to be in 100% intention. Not, yeah, maybe it's going to happen. It is my intention. It is happening. The network goes live on this date at this time, and that's what everything moves toward. Right? So we get to be that specific. Awesome. Yes, I'm glad that is serving you. Yes, absolutely. So Diana has a good question. How does this align with God's direction and not ego deciding all these plans? How do we trust God in directing it? This feels so egotistical, and my fear and my fear of being out of servanthood. I love this question because I'm daughter of Abraham. So when I'm speaking to you with the full essence of all things God. So here we go. When God told Moses, go deliver my people, right? There had to be a date. The promotion of Exodus had to be created. The knowingness that tonight there will be bloodshed in Egypt. Mark your door tonight, not one day in the future when you feel like it. So please hear me very clearly that even the things of God have a plan. And when God gives you the date, then you go with the date. Right? When God gives you the date, you go with the date. So what I do every morning, I have a board meeting with God. And I say, God, you know the desires of my heart. Show me the way. Show me how this thing gets done. My offer that I am going to be making on the day of April 6th has not yet been created, but I'm talking about it. Because God has already said, yes, go forth. When you're talking about scripture and you go to God and say, should I go to war today? Are you going to hand the Philistines over to me? And God says, yes, go. That's your date. If you're feeling out of alignment, then I invite you to go have that conversation with God, because God has a date. God always it's never wishy-washy with God. He will make known unto you the date of your next thing. It's when we get into trouble, when we don't have that board meeting with God, when we don't go into council and say, God, you know the desires of my heart. You have called me to lead on such a massive stage. Show me the way. Give me wisdom and understanding, clarity, purpose, so that I can lead the people for whom you have assigned to me on this planet. There will be a date, Diana. So when you come into union and understanding with what God wants you to do, please know it's never wishy-washy. I want to give you a story. It's a little fun, example. So there's a town, big hurricane, flooding, flood. People are like in peril. There is one man who's literally on the top of his house. About to just be covered by the water. The people come with a boat, a little, 2.5 horsepower little dinghy boat. Come on in, we got you. He's like, nope, God's got me. The Lord will provide. And they're like, okay, we got to go get some other people. And he's like, go with God. Okay. Somebody else comes with a canoe. Come on, man, I can fit you in on the back. You can just hold on to me. Nope. The Lord saves. And he says, okay, I got to go help some other people. Helicopter, putting down the inner tube. And he's like, nope. God is the provider, lifter of my head. Hours later, the water overcomes everything. He perishes. He goes to heaven. He's like, God, I don't understand what happens. I'm your devoted servant. How could you let this happen to me? And you know what God said? God said, when I sent the dinghy with the 2.5 horsepower engine, why didn't you get in? When I sent the dude with the canoe to get you, why didn't you get in? When I sent the helicopter with the ladder to pull you up, why didn't you get in? We are God's hands and feet on this earth. So let that be a moment of clarity, of being in understanding that God himself will give you the date. God will show you the path. He will tell you when to go, where to go. Do you do this or not do this? I ask God for everything because I'm telling you, I do not want to be like the children of Israel, where they just make up their own stuff and they don't ask God anything. And they're just like, yep, we're going to go to war. And then when 20,000 of them die, they're like, oh my God, how could you? He's like, well, did you ask me? Did you ask me if I was going to hand over the Hittites to you? You didn't ask me. So you have free will. You go. 20,000 of you die. As long as you're asking God, you're good. Diana, I hope that served you. It's just a little humor. But yes, you got to trust what's happening. Because listen, when you ask God, he sees your heart. He knows you're not trying to act like, I got this. Listen, look at the big brain on faith. I know everything. When he knows and he sees that you're asking, you're not certain, because you fully understand that your ways are not his ways and your thoughts are not his thoughts. He understands that. But when he sees that you're querying and you're asking and you're seeking and you're guiding, he is going to have you. Yes. Yes, my love. Yes, yes, yes. I love that you brought that up. Thank you. So who else has, let me go back, comments. Okay, I see KP. Okay. So KP had a goal was to do 4 boot camps a year. Did the first one in Q1, so she's on track. Also wants to be on TV in Q1, which I was. All right, snaps for KP. So Christina, my love, your remaining 3 boot camps get to be set. And one of the reasons why I'm encouraging you to put markers on your calendar, it's so that you're not in a hurried way, that you could sit here now. Like, what did I just tell you? I'm promoting something for April 6th that, because it's executive produced by God, like my Brand Momentum morning show, I'm not worried about anything, because whatever happens, I know God is using everything for my good. So I don't stress about anything. Whatever happens, happens as it's supposed to happen. That's it. So KP, your remaining 3, I want you to look at your calendar, the big wall calendar. That's what I'm looking at when I'm looking at here. When do the next 3 get to be done? So you put a date on the calendar and then you promote to it, so that as you're moving about the planet and you're doing your, videos, and you can say, if you love the way I did my smoky eyes, then you definitely want to be at the next boot camp where you learn your colors. If you're cool or you're warm. So you get a sense of how much experimentation you get to do with the colors. You can actually do smoky eyes with more than just the grays and the blacks if you are, in town or it's virtual. So, in September, I'll be doing colored smoky eyes. If that's you and you love a pop of color, you don't want to miss that. That next boot camp is September 1st. Here's a link. Go ahead and register. That you can start talking about your stuff well in advance, because here's the thing, the expectation. You're expecting, you're moving with anticipation. You're moving with anticipation and gratitude that your boot camps get to be filled. And that maybe somebody's not going to be around in September, but they know that a December one's coming. So they're like, oh yeah, I want to go ahead and get registered for that. So we get to be in flow. We get to be in momentum. We don't be like last minute, like, oh, I'm trying to now you're scrambling, trying to get people into a boot camp because you just put the thing out a week ago because you weren't in preparation mode. So yeah, so kudos. And when she said she was on TV, she meant for real TV. So KP was on the List TV. And for those of you, so this is just a great example of what I mean when I say, when I find something that's good, that's working for me, I share it. So I had done the Be On TV challenge the year before and connected with so many amazing people. Got to know personally Jada Scipione, who is the host of CNBC, connected with Jenny Brown, who's a booker for Hallmark TV. And prior to the whole COVID shutdown, I was going to be out in LA doing that show. And a host of many, many, many more people. You know, in Brand Momentum Morning Show, we read on February, level up your squad. You want your squad to level up? Be On TV Bootcamp is a place that you need to be. So I called KP and I was like, look, you need to do this. I said, if anybody gets to do Be On TV Bootcamp, it's you. And she's just such an awesome client. She didn't even question me. She was just like, okay. And she did it. And I love when people are coachable. So this is if I can attribute any success that I have in my life, in my business, it's to this one thing. I stay open. I don't pretend to know everything. I stay open. This one quote has always been like such a guiding force in my life. It says the one thing that's guaranteed to leave man in the abject state of ignorance, the darkness of ignorance, is contempt before investigation. I kind of tweaked it a little bit, but that's basically what it means. That you just steady saying no to things and you haven't even investigated it. So contempt, not for me, but you haven't heard anything about it. You didn't look at the link. You didn't see, you're just like, oh no. Makeup, no, that's not for me. Okay, then you're not open. And let me tell you something about open. When opportunities are knocking, they may not always present the way you think or expect them to be. Sometimes we get caught up in, that's how it's always been cycle. Oh, that's how it's always happened. So this looks different. So no. Thomas Jefferson says people miss opportunities because it shows up in overalls and it looks like work. They're like, oh, no, that's too hard. No. What? I have to do what? No. So KP, in her openness, and obviously in her trusting of me, because she knows I just show up for my clients always, said, sure. She did the boot camp, did the work, did her pitch. Mike Dunn was like, come on through. She had a full segment on the List TV about how to show up, 3 tips for showing up powerfully on your Zoom. Do you understand what that's will do for KP's brand? She stayed open. So she was on For Real TV when she says TV. Oh my gosh, I love it. So so KP, those remaining 3 get to be done. When was the last one? When was the one that you just did? So one of the things that we can use to keep rolling into momentum is behind the scenes and feedback, testimonial from people in our sphere. So KP, how many people did you have at the Q1 boot camp, right? We want to be talking about that. We want to be celebrating that. I want to show you. So yesterday I did, all right, let me close this. It's way too many windows open. Okay. So yesterday I did a 2-hour talk for the Career Thought Leaders Symposium. And during the talk, I did a live demo for the audience. Let me see if I can find that for you. Okay. Okay. See all activity. All right, here we go. So during the training, I took this picture. So I was basically demonstrating how you can have ongoing content. Let me get rid of this banner business here. Hold on. How you can have content. So I snapped this picture as I was doing the training. And then I told them, I said, you get to always have content. You are never out of things to talk about in terms of what you're doing, because people love the behind the scenes. It's the reason why we stay after the movie and see the blooper reel of when the actors are flubbing their lines and they're like laughing so hysterically. So I snapped this picture and I said I would do this as a piece of content to demonstrate. So I wrote, wow, what a gift that I get to show up and support the women attending my session at the Career Thought Leaders session. Thank you for having me, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And so far, 170 people have viewed this post. This is the CEO of this is her, of the event. And this is what she wrote. Thank you for your inspiring, blah, blah, blah. And she, a little graphic. And here she put, it was a hit with the audience. Can't wait to see how they implement the insights. So that's a simple little, that took me no time to think about. I didn't have to worry about where am I going to get a picture. I literally, a selfie while I was in the training, and to demonstrate live, this is how you create content. So you've got behind the scenes things. So Sandra's got tons of behind, oh my gosh, tons of behind the scenes things. It's like selfie or even like a video, like, hey guys, you know, we're all about launching our global We Win TV. Just got off the phone with the attorney drawing up these contracts. Like, let me tell you, the struggle is real out here, or whatever. And so people get to see, you're not necessarily making an offer yet or telling them where to watch, but you're bringing them along on the journey. One of my clients from IBM used to say this to me all the time. He said, Faith, people help support what they create. Anthony Pizzetto, may his soul rest in peace. People help support what they create. So if you're taking your people along on the journey, like who said it? I think it was it Sandra? No. Oh, it's Diana. Diana said, honored to witness the shift. Do you know what she means by that? Because she has heard me share time and again, oh, I'm doing this thing and I'm doing this new thing and I'm changing, right? It's like I'm having an operations meeting with my entire audience. I'm letting everybody know what's going on. So then now Diana feels a part of it because she's like, I witnessed it. I was there when she did that last episode of Brand Therapy Thursday. And I was there when she talked about, you know, God was the executive producer of her Brand Momentum morning show. I was there when the first few episodes were done. you get to bring your people along. So that's really, really good stuff. So KP, pull together when you're going to do the other 3. Get clear on whether you want those to be, do you know, like in the accelerator, how I do, it's the first Monday of every month, we do live Q&A roundtable with me. So then it's just set. This is what so I just build my calendar around that. If like you and I had the conversation, right? These boot camps get to happen as we shift through the season. So then summer. So is it on the first day of summer or is it on the first month? So find some rhythm that can help you. Again, this is coaching for everyone. So you're not all over the show trying to like figure out your calendar, you know, you get to have some rigor on that. But that's great. And then as far as your media pitching, one of the things I want to encourage you to is to have like a minimum of pitches that are going out. So there's consistency to it, that if it's, you know, we're doing, I'm making this up, 20 pitches a month, that if you need to have an admin or somebody brought on to kind of help facilitate that there is, you know, just like when you do your exercise, you're like, you know what, I'm going to do the bike for 30 minutes. You have a number in your head. You don't just roll into the gym and go, let me see when I'm up to. You kind of have a plan. You have a workout plan. Everybody, you get to, your business and your brand gets to have a workout plan. So when I encourage you to think about your content and batch produce your content so that you're not every day waking up, oh my gosh, what am I going to talk about now? That you can take a Sunday and maybe allocate an hour or 2, sit with your Promo Republic or whatever tool you have. I've encouraged everyone to get the Promo Republic, and I will drop the link again. You post in your Promo Republic once, and it sends it out to your different social media channels. So you're not having to then log into your LinkedIn and do a thing, and then log into your this, and then log into your that. Mission control, one blast, and it goes where you tell it to go. If you need help with that, just comment. All right. So I'm just going through. All right. Okay, so. Oh my gosh, yes. Faith for life, my love. Faith for life. Because here's the thing. I'm all about creating like the positive ripple effect. Because why? I live on this planet and I want this planet to be good. I want this planet to be rippling good, high vibes. So the more people that I can cause to be in high vibration, the more people that I can cause to have good, they're going to be energetically up. The people around them are going to be energetically up. You see, it's a boomerang ripple effect. I'm here for all of it. Love you, my love. So March, okay, great. And have 15 people. Wonderful. So you find out from those 15 people, we want to get some words, some thoughts, you know, create some sort of feedback, testimonial graphics, and that becomes content that you're just sharing. I want to share with you guys one other thing. And this is going to be part of the new program that I'm creating. And I want to show you some of what to expect for those of you who will be enrolling. So how do you build a standout? Okay, so I'm not going to play the whole thing, but I just want to show you why I keep saying your life gives you content. You should never, I should never hear anyone say, I don't know what to post. You could literally do this. So my team does this for me. What I do is I just, in the morning, I get up, I record just on my phone. I do it in 4K and I send it to them. And they create the music and the thing and send it back to me and I edit. So let's just do a little bit of it. Hold on. So I want you to watch this, but you're thinking about it from your point of view, right? You're thinking about it from, how could this apply for me? Okay. Powered up brand. You start with, so how do you build a standout powered up brand? You start with the brand foundation. So much like a house, when you first think about building a home, you can't just start with the bay windows and skylights. You have to start with the foundation. And even more importantly, you have to start with a blueprint that dictates the parameters within which that foundation is going to be poured. So I get so many questions on, should I start with a logo? Should I start with a website? Should I start with, even like a funnel? You want to start from the bottom up. Building a standout brand starts from the bottom up. So let's go deep down. So at the foundation of your brand must be your vision. Scripture tells us, where there is no vision, the people perish. So what is it that you want to see happen, not just for yourself, but for the world, for humanity at large? So when you think about where you're there, but what I want you to think about as you're watching this is, what could that have been for you? So let's take, for KP, and KP already does her own videos, but I'm talking about these like short little memes. So what you'll end up seeing is that as we're editing and we're producing these, more and more of these will just be in rotation. This piece of content that I just showed you, how to build a standout brand, it's called an evergreen content. I can talk about that till the cows come home and the sheep leave. It doesn't go anywhere. So it's not necessarily like, oh, I can only do this post and let it go for a couple of days. This runs. This is like my 7 o'clock news. Rotation. So I have a complete library that just gets to be rotated. So let's take Sandra. Let's say Sandra is talking about her We Win Global TV network and why it's important that as producers or entrepreneurs or shows, you get your show on her network. You could be doing 12 of these, Sandra, that just talk about the importance of video, the importance of connecting with an audience in a way that is the next best thing to being in person. Why showing up and sharing of yourself in a video format, in a show format, adds credibility to your business, to your brand. Why it's important that we think globally. Why being on a global TV network is the most important thing that you get to do this year. Let me give you a pro tip. If you can avoid saying the particular year in any video that you produce, if you can avoid saying the date, please do that. If you can just let your copy do the dates for you. So there is one that I had the team work on for the upcoming April. It didn't say April 6th. I just said the conference or something like that, right? It was like super vague, but it's intentional so that my next summit, retreat, event, whatever, I can use it, right? Because this theme, being the CEO of you, is universal. My intention is to continue to have these virtual retreats throughout the rest of the year. So I've just produced that one promo piece. I can use it for the ones that are going to be coming up in May and June and July, and right? So see KP about getting those 15 people to give some kind of content, some kind of blurb. I'm trying to just give you guys so much because I know this is our last segment. So I'm just jumping all over to just bring as much value as I can here. So let me find something from yesterday's event, CTR. Okay. So this is another pro tip. If you're presenting and you are either the host or somebody made you the host, or you have the ability to do that, save the chat. Save the chat, because this right here, gold mine for me. Because I'm talking for 2 hours. Some of these things in here, I didn't even know they were typing. But because I saved the chat, I was able to come back and grab this. So do you see here? This woman, again, I don't know these women. Faith is full of great metaphor content around that. I can do a video around the importance of teaching and training using metaphors. Okay. Yep, they were talking about getting the da. Okay. Right, this, see here, I talked to them about the Yoda. Right, this is, I just dropped this on them. Somebody was talking about why they didn't have X, Y, and Z. And I said, well, you can make excuses or you can make money, but we can't do both. Right? I can use this for a piece of content. Why? Because I know this landed, this resonated with a live audience. Right? And in fact, this is the CEO of the event. So there, look, love that, mic drop. So that tells me this idea of coming from a loving place of Yoda, you do or you don't do. There's no in between. There's no excuses, is going to be a topic that will resonate well. I can do a video, I can do a post, I can write an article. Remember that you have different ways that you can express the same content, right? Somebody else wrote it, right? That definitely landed. They love that. I think Faith's version is more powerful. So look at this. Go to Faith's website. Wow. Look at what you see when you get there. It's so much of her brand based on this short time with her. Is that powerful or what? So this is why if your Zoom has the capability to do that, to just click the thing that says save chat. I didn't even know. I'm telling you, I know half of this was going on. Okay. Okay, that's when I was asking them to talk about, there she's saying to the CEO, this is amazing stuff. And by the way, this woman is like a top person in the organization of the company that I got my certification from. So for her to be like, this is amazing stuff. So it's reinforcement, it's feedback for me, and it gives me opportunities. Look at this. I mean, I'm like going to the bank on this. I will repeat this session many times and still get new nuggets. It's awesome. So KP, just imagine you had somebody say that in your chat from your boot camp. You just take this, right? Copy that, make a meme, make a graphic. You don't have to say her name. You can just say, boot camp attendee. And there you go, right? Doing a great job of combining her CBPS, that's my certification, with her advertising background. So does that help you in terms of content? Save the chat. If you have that function, if you're doing a presentation, because you can't, right? Because I was lasered in on it. I mean, at the end of the 2 hours, you guys have seen this before, I played the This Is Me video. I mean, I was crying. They were crying. It was like, I was so fully present for their vision of who they get to be in this world, and that as career executives, like right now, people need jobs, people need income, and that they stand at the front, expertly designed and ready to help people curate their past experiences and package it in such a way that they're seen as valuable and attractive to employers. So I just got really emotional about that. It's like, that is such a powerful position to be in. And that video that I was just using to encourage them to really stand up and be seen. And now is the time that you get to activate your superpowers. It was just a really beautiful moment. So save the chat. your content. Your life gives you content. So we're at the top of the hour. This is our last brand therapy. It is goodbye for some of us. It is so long for some of us, but for others of us, it's business as usual. So that would be for anybody who's an accelerator. Life is good. You've got hashtag faith for life. This changes nothing for your for your experience. But for those of you who are not in any of my programs, not working with me directly, I want to invite you to comment below with the word accelerator. I want you to have an opportunity to, for near free, so brand therapy was free. For near free, you still get to have me delivering magic to you in the accelerator program. Just comment the word below accelerator. The fee for the accelerator, and it's not even anything to write home about, it's $97. It's a one-time pay and you're in for life. So when those codes at AppSumo are done, so I did a special deal, like this program's valued over $10,000. It was on a special just for my people, $897. And then I did a special for AppSumo and gave them 10,000 codes for $97. See what I'm doing? I'm giving you the behind the scenes. And then I thought to myself, well, why should only their people get the 97? Because I was selling it for the 897. So I shut down my operation of what I was doing. And I said, well, heck, if I'm giving their people love, my people get the love too. But it's important that when you see, remember that quote I said to you, Thomas Jefferson says, people miss opportunities because it shows up in overalls and it looks like work. You do not want to miss this opportunity to continue. If you found any value in brand therapy for these 2 years, if you found any value whatsoever, you do yourself a big favor by getting into the accelerator program. That is going to be the least investment product that I have. Like I'm like literally going through pricing strategy and telling you all of this stuff, that this will be the least amount of investment somebody can pay to still get me. Even though you don't get me in a one-to-one, which is what my platinums get. And that's, obviously a higher investment because the value is there and the transformation is immediate, but you still get to come around the campfire. You still get to get help. You still get to be a part of this movement where we're all about just inspiring you into your action, into your potential, into your purpose, into your path, into what God created you to be, quite frankly. That's my mission. And you oftentimes will realize you don't get there alone. Like how many trips have you made around the mulberry bush to still be circling the mulberry bush? We get to get off that train. We get to be in action. We get to be in momentum. And I want to be as open as I can to you to let you know, like, this is going to be the least amount that you get to pay and still get the full court press. Because I've shared with you this before. I've had conversations with many multi-million dollar strategists, because obviously as I'm scaling, right, you need to you level up your squad, you get counsel from people who are like leaps above. And they've looked at me and said, this right here, this accelerator program, this $97 thing that you have dangling around your ankle, don't do it, shut it off. And I refuse because I know that God has a bigger plan, and I'm a child of the King. I'm daughter of Abraham. I am beholden only unto him. And so this is my passion project, if you will, where if you want to get help, you can get help, you can get support, even if you're not playing full out. There are a lot of accelerators who aren't in the March Madness Challenge right now, but guess what? They're hashtag faith for life. So it doesn't even matter to them, right? They know they can get caught up. They know that there will be another challenge coming, that there's going to be more masterminds, that there's going to be more Q&A sessions. So they're not stressed. And so the ability to have that level of confidence and support, just knowing that, I stand in front of you as a 25 plus year Fortune 500 brand influencer who spent years working on brands like IBM, A.J. Edwards, Mary Kay, Liberty Mutual, Edward Jones, just to name a few, and that you can learn, you can glean, you can build by being in this container with me for $97. It's a steal of a deal. It's a bank robbery in the middle of the day, and the cops are all downtown in a meeting. Get in while you can. That's all I'm going to say on that. Let's see. Every time, Faith, I'm super blessed. I'm super excited to share with. Yes, absolutely. For what God created me to be, it's not happening. So yeah, thank you, Diana, for saying that, for being so transparent on that. This is what I am so intentional about communicating to people. This idea of it's not happening solo is so key. No man is an island. No woman is an island. And when you look at people who have been successful over the years, success is a team sport, people. Hear me. Success is a team sport. Thank you, Diana. I will be sure you get the information. Oh, don't make me cry now. Oh. Oh my gosh, I love that. Praise God for your faith and servanthood. And God is speaking to me from that boat. I'm good. I'm done. My work is done for the day. That's so beautiful. So guys, this is, as I said, it's not goodbye, right? You have an opportunity to still journey on with us in the accelerator. It's a one-time $97. That's it. There's no reason for you to be solo. There's no reason for you to be abandoned on the island. There's no reason for that. You get to come along with so many of us who are just making massive, big things happen. So I'm going to be setting up those conversations with each of you who commented below for leadership, that you wanted to get some information on the program that I'm doing. And let me just say again, to declare so that we understand full well, there is no affiliate program for me with leadership. I don't get paid a dime for telling anyone about this. It is because it has been so transformative in my life. It is a cause of so many things that you see happening and shifting. It is a cause for the way God's favor has been resting so heavily on my shoulder. And I get to share that with you. I get to share the love, the wealth. Everybody gets to go. Everybody gets to go. So if you want to get to shift into God's purpose for your life and break through and break free and release the shackles and the chains that Satan and his demons and his evil friends have had all over you, in the form of procrastination and dilly-dallying and making up excuses and saying it's not that critical, it's not that important, I'll get to it someday, because those are his people. Procrastination and perfectionism, they roll together. They're all spawns of the devil, here to just hold you down. Don't let you get into your potential that God has for you. That's the mission. And so I am here, ready, with the full suit, the armor of God. We're busting through. I get to be the light that pierces through that darkness. I am going to be the one to create a new path, a new potential for everybody who wants it. That is my intention. I've claimed it. It is declared. It is done and done. ASAP. I love the urgency. Success, love, speed. Diana, my love, done. Okay, Sandra, just if you haven't done this, comment, just type the word accelerator. Just literally don't put anything else next to it. Just type this and it'll be sent to you. Okay, Deb, let me see. Leadership calls. Deb. Okay, great. Deb's on that list. Yes, ma'am. I certainly will. Mary Doissé, all the way from the UK, putting Mary Doissé on that list. Awesome. Guys, this is a day the Lord has made, and we will rejoice and we will be exceedingly glad in it. Gratitude is the answer to every single question that you have going on right now. Be grateful for everything. Scripture says, in all circumstances, praise, thanksgiving. Sandra, I see you. Judith, wonderful, awesome. Coming to you, ladies. Chris KP, listen, it's coming, ladies, because I'm telling you, it's magical. It's magical when you realize that we have infinite power. Remember, God says you were created just below the angels. And you know what an angel is? Do you know the angel that has like power through just the tip of their hair down to their feet, filled with power? And we're not even tapping into our full potential. Leadership lets you do that. Absolutely. All right, my loves, I will see you all tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern, for the Brand Momentum Morning Show that continues on. I am so grateful to you. For those of you who have watched the show and maybe you didn't know, the book we're reading, the bonus book, is The 7-Day Mental Diet. The 7-Day Mental Diet. Let me, this is another 7-Day Mental Diet. You want to talk about shifting into your power. Here we go. This, you can get it on your Kindle. I have it on my Kindle. You can get it on your, let me just share quickly and then I'm going to wrap us. And let me tell you, it's not going to be easy. Dr. Emmett Fox already told us it's not going to be easy. But this book, I want to encourage everybody to get, The 7-Day Mental Diet. You see, you can get a paperback for $4.99, and well, I already have it on my Kindle, so that's why that's there, and the hardcover. So it's not spendy at all, but it's a powerful little book that is going to be super, super transformative, getting you out of dwelling into negative thought and learning how to shift through that and just be present and resting in positivity. Gratitude is the answer to every question that you have. I love you guys so much. I will see you all tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern. Be well, be fab. Take care, everybody. Bye. This is our last Brand Therapy outro. Enjoy.